My student almost failed because of her accent. The day before final exams, I sat at my desk staring at one name on the list. Ava. Brilliant student, always prepared. But there was a problem. Her accent. She spoke with a different regional dialect than the one we officially teach. It wasn't wrong, just different. But the department expected standard pronunciation, whatever that means. And that meant, technically, I had to fail her. When I mentioned it to another teacher, she shrugged and said, well, if she wants top marks, she should sound like the rest of us. That hit me wrong. Ava sounded beautiful, clear, confident, and more authentic than half the class. But rules were rules, and the pressure was real. The head examiner came to my room that afternoon and reminded me, we don't want our students walking out speaking like country folks. Country folks. That's what they called her people. I clenched my jaw and nodded, but inside I was boiling. That night I couldn't sleep. I replayed all the moments Ava had stayed after class, helping others pronounce words, explaining grammar patiently, smiling through their jokes about her funny accent. She didn't deserve this. The next morning I asked her to come to my office before her exam. She looked nervous, clutching her notes like they were her last lifeline. Sit down, Ava, I said softly. You've done incredibly well this year. She blinked, confused. So, am I in trouble? I shook my head. No, but I need to tell you something. I explained the situation, how the system technically favored one dialect, how unfair it was, and how much I admired her for keeping her identity through it all. She just sat there quiet. Then she whispered, should I fake it, sir? Just talk the way they want. For the exam, I looked at her, the student who'd worked so hard, and said, no, you'll speak exactly the way you always have. If they want to mark you down, they'll have to go through me first. She smiled, small, unsure, but grateful. Then came the exam. The room was silent, except for the ticking clock. The panel of teachers sat stiff, watching her like hawks. Ava began her oral presentation, confident and poised. Her accent rolled naturally, smooth and clear. Halfway through, one of the examiners interrupted. Excuse me, Ava, she said sharply. Could you pronounce that again? Properly this time? The word hung in the air like a slap. Ava glanced at me, terrified. I nodded slowly. Go on, I mouthed. She repeated it the same way, perfectly. The examiner raised an eyebrow. Not quite what we teach, but fine, fine. That smug little word made my blood boil. The rest of the exam went smoothly. Ava nailed every grammar question, every dialogue, every pronunciation rule we'd ever covered. When it ended, she thanked the panel politely and walked out. I stayed behind. The head examiner started writing notes, muttering, beautiful presentation, shame about the accent. I slammed my pen down. Her accent is perfect. She follows every pronunciation rule. She just uses a regional variant. That's not a mistake. He looked at me, startled. We have standards, you know. Standards? I shot back. Or prejudice? The room went quiet. She's one of our top students, I continued. If you fail her because she sounds like where she comes from, you're not teaching language. You're teaching shame. He frowned, annoyed. Fine, but if she passes, you sign off on it. I already have, I said. When results came out, Ava passed with the highest score in the class. She didn't know it yet, but I'd already nominated her for a scholarship. Later in the hallway, she ran up to me, eyes wide, smiling from ear to ear. I passed, sir. I actually passed. I grinned. You didn't just pass. You owned it. She laughed, covering her mouth. I thought they'd hate me for my accent. They didn't, I said. And if they did, that's their problem. She threw her arms around me in a quick, awkward hug and said, thank you for letting me be me. I just smiled. Never change your voice, Ava. It's the best thing about you. That evening, I walked out of school with one thought echoing in my head. Her voice wasn't the problem. The system was. And today, she broke it.